So we live in this world that demands results of us. We feel that we need to produce something of ourselves and of our work now, right? We need to produce something now. It's on demand, right? And there is a pressure upon us in our early 20s to be extremely successful with whatever endeavor we pursue. And see, with writing, I believe that good writing takes a lifetime, right? We have to go out and live a life ourselves and go out and experience the world and develop our own philosophies and learn new things and understand ourselves and the world around us. And by doing all of these things, we're going to start to develop stories, right? We're going to live those stories first, and we're going to develop our own ideas, and we're going to, hone our craft as well as writers and creatives, and then we're going to be able to write great books. This is how I see it. How can we do that now? That's not something that we can just snap our fingers and do right now. And I feel that hustle culture is really, it's not compatible with this understanding of writing and the craft of writing. I believe that writing is, as an approach to life, is a patient one. I think that in order to write good books and in order to produce good writing, certainly like fictional writing, I think this takes a long time. I think it takes decades. And this might be a hard pill to swallow, because I know that in my early 20s, when I started out as a writer, as a creative, as a musician, I wanted to prove myself to the world. I wanted to show the world that, hey, look, I've got cool ideas. Listen to me. Listen to my music. Read my writing. It's good. Look at my writing. It's good. I felt this pressure to prove myself to the world and to succeed and to, achieve big things, right? I was so ambitious, and I went out there and I was like just trying to wrestle with the world as I actually produced my first pieces of writing and shared these stories online, and I made these music videos and tried to grow my YouTube channel and really demanded of the world that they listen to me and they read my words. And yet I hadn't earned that respect yet. I hadn't earned that success yet. And so, of course, I got nothing. I was making music and I was writing stories and throwing them into the void. That's what it felt like. And I was so frustrated for a very long time in my early 20s as I was trying to build this career as a creative, as a writer, as a musician. I was so frustrated because I really believed that I needed to be heard for my music to be good. I needed my words to be read for my writing to be good. I needed validation. That's probably a symptom of the social media age, where we are convinced that our value is in the hands of the people who do or do not respond to whatever we put up online. We can share a piece of writing or a YouTube video or a piece of music and nobody is interested. And suddenly we feel like we're not good enough when we're just artists. We're just creating. That's what we were born to do. We were born to create. We were born to write and make music and share ourselves and share our unique perspective of the world around us and the things that we've learned and the experiences that we've had, that we transmute into music and writing, and we reflect it outwardly. And when we get a negative reaction or no reaction at all, we don't feel like we're good enough. And so I think this is the modern age that we live in that's convincing us that we need to hurry, that we need to make something of ourselves immediately or as soon as possible. And there's this idea in the hustle culture that you can just grind it out. You can just sit there and grind. And I absolutely think there is value to grinding. There are seasons for grinding. There absolutely are. I play the piano and I'm well into jazz piano, and this requires grinding in seasons, right? If you want to get very good at something in this world, you have to grind. You have to put in the hard work, and there's no way around that, okay? There's no way around grinding. But that's concerning the craft itself. That's concerning the technique, the technical facility that you develop. But when it comes to the artistry and the creative side of things, I really do believe that actually we just need to be patient. We just need to be patient with ourselves and with life itself, because developing an original voice, it could take a lifetime. I know for some people, some people are born with a very original voice and a very unique perspective, and some artists are just brilliant from the get-go, and they're able to produce brilliant work early on in life. And that could be you as well. It's certainly not me, so maybe you resonate with this message. This message might not be for everybody. I don't know why I was inspired to talk about this today, but here it is. So maybe you're like me and things just aren't happening naturally for you in your early 20s, and you're producing work and you're writing things and you're being creative, but nobody's listening and you're frustrated. And trust me, I'm in my late 20s now, and this might sound ridiculous or absurd or whatever, but I'm extremely grateful that nothing happened in my early 20s, and that I just had to keep going back to the grindstone and back into my chamber, and I had to keep honing the craft, and I had to continue on with my life journey even though nobody was really caring about the work that I was producing, and I just had to keep going, and I had to keep living my life. And that's how I approach it now. I don't know when I'm going to be a published author. I don't know when I'm going to be a quote-unquote successful musician. I don't know when these things are going to happen. I always believed in my early 20s that it was only a few years away. Well, I'm in my late 20s now, and I haven't blown up or anything like that, even though I've been extremely consistent, grinding, producing work, and so on and so forth. But this is where patience comes in. I really believe that patience is so extremely important. Patience and continuing on with your life and living a richer and richer life, and aligning with your purpose more and more and more, and continuing with your work, continuing to hone the craft, and not demanding anything of the world, and just allowing things to unfold in a natural manner, and seeking to become the best artist that you can possibly become, and not trying to wrestle results into your life, because trust me, I've tried that a lot of times in my creative journey, and it has not worked. It really has not worked. So that is the end of this message. Again, I don't know why I was inspired to talk about this, but there it is. It just came rocketing out of me today. So yeah, hopefully you got some value from this. Please share your thoughts down below on this subject. I'd love to know how you're navigating this as an artist, as a creative. I think this is a big discussion, this kind of frustration that we feel, this pressure that we feel as artists and as human beings in general to make something of ourselves so early on in life, when there's still so much to learn about ourselves. And there's still so much to learn about the world around us and what's happening in these chaotic times. How can we possibly understand these things so early on, unless you're like a super mega genius or whatever? I know I'm not. I'm just a regular guy, trying to figure things out as an artist and make great art through books, through music, and so on and so forth. So if you resonate with that, definitely subscribe to the channel. This is a new channel for me. And so, yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, don't forget, by the way, the journey has only just begun, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch ya.